I've been thinking a lot about executive orders lately, and I gotta say, they're pretty fascinating. It's like the president just signs this piece of paper and boom, suddenly it's a big deal. But what exactly are these things and how do they work? Well, that's what we're gonna dive into today. So let's start with the basics. It all comes down to Article 2 of the Constitution, which gives the president executive power. Congress can also give the president extra power through legislation. Executive orders aren't laws in the traditional sense, but they carry the full weight of the law. Pretty cool, right? It's like the president has this magic wand, but instead of saying abracadabra, they just sign their name. Now, let's dive into where this presidential power actually comes from. It's kind of wild when you think about it. The courts can step in and say, hold up, that's not cool. They can review executive orders and even strike them down if they're unconstitutional. For now, just remember that while executive orders are powerful, they're not unlimited. It's all about balance, Alright, so now that we know what executive orders are and where they come from, let's talk about how they actually happen. It's not like the president just wakes up one day and says, I think I'll write an executive order today. Then the Office of Management and Budget gets involved. They're like the coordinators, Finally, it lands on the president's desk. If they like what they see, they sign it, and boom, it's official. But here's the cool part. Once it's signed, it gets published in the Federal Register. That's like the government's official daily diary. And once it's there, it's real. It's happening. So, we've talked about how executive orders are made, but what happens when people aren't happy with them? First off, let's talk about the courts. They play a huge role in this whole process. Congress has some power here too. They can pass a law that basically cancels out an executive order. And here's another wild thing, future presidents can change or revoke executive orders from previous presidents. It's like this whole political dance, Pretty crazy when you think about it, right? You know about the Emancipation Proclamation, right? That was an executive order. Lincoln used an executive order to free the slaves in Confederate states. During World War II, Roosevelt signed an executive order that led to the internment of Japanese Americans. That's a dark chapter in our history. In more recent times, presidents have been using executive orders more and more to get things done when Congress is gridlocked. Some people think this is great. It allows for quick action in times of crisis. Others worry it's giving the president too much power. Executive orders can have lasting effects. They can shape policy for years to come, even after the president who issued them is long gone. So, there you have it. That's the deal with executive orders. Pretty fascinating stuff, right? I mean, who knew that a simple signature could have so much power? That's why it's so important for all of us to stay informed. Because at the end of the day, these orders affect our lives in real ways. So next time you hear about an executive order on the news, you'll know what's up. You'll understand the process, the power, and the potential impact. So keep learning, keep questioning, and keep paying attention. After all, that's what democracy is all about, right? Alright, that's all for now. Until next time, keep your ears open and your mind curious. Peace out. Don't miss the bus and subscribe.